living resources, and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. And you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. An opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Areas of light rain possible for the majority of the day, and we'll see steady temps at around 56 for the majority of our Monday. North winds at around 15. Cloudy tonight with a low down to around 48. Patchy fog, then clearing tomorrow, and warmer with a high of 77. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's time for the Class A State Baseball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. State baseball broadcasts are presented by the Carpe Diem team of Nebraska Realty, Independence Built, A1 Automotive, DBAT Lincoln, and DOT Highway Safety Office, and High Electric. Now, calling all the action, here's Nick Sainert.
We are back here at Warner Park. We get our attention turned to the winners bracket games as we saw two elimination games earlier today result in a Grand Island and a Bellevue West victory. Those two teams advance. Unfortunately, the Gretna Dragons and oh my gosh, I'm blanking on Papillion La Vista South. Goodness sakes, I apologize. Those Papillion La Vista South and Gretna both go home just a little bit early here. Let's go ahead and preview kind of what we're got coming up. Number 1 Millard West against number 5 Creighton Prep. Millard West, the high-powered offense that is the Wildcats, is just deadly. We saw 3 home runs get hit over the course of the game on Friday. One of those was a grand slam by Creighton commit Nick Van Tyker. So we're going to talk more about Millard West and Creighton Prep coming up here in a couple minutes. But let's go ahead and step aside. We'll have first pitch and more statistics coming up in just a few moments on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeline a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
All righty, so we are just a couple minutes away from first pitch of Millard West and Creighton Prep as the Junior Jays are the 5 seed. They were able to defeat the Gretna Dragons, who were the 4 seed, by a score of 3-1 in Friday's opening round of games. Now, Millard West, though, they put the beating on Grand Island on Friday. They run-ruled them 10-0 in 5 innings. But like I said just a few moments ago, with the help of 3 home runs, and 2 of those came from Nick Ventiker. Ventiker, obviously 2 for 2, 2 home runs. He had a solo shot to lead off the game on Friday, and they did a grand slam as well in the 4th inning, and he also just drew a walk, which if I was facing him after hitting 2 home runs, I'd just intentionally walk him as well. And then also his teammate in the 4-hole, Peyton Moore, hit a 2-run home run that really gave the Millard West Wildcats the 10-0 lead, and that eventually led them to run rule the Grand Island Islanders on Friday by a score of 10-0. Creighton Prep, they had a heck of a performance in their first round game against the Gretna Dragons, a really good outing from Sam Bezpoyazny, and here they will turn to Louis Schneckenberger. So Schneckenberger and the Junior Jays will try to halt this high-powered offensive attack that is Millard West. It's a really, really poor uniform matchup. We have Creighton Prep, who is wearing the all-black uniforms, and then we have Millard West, who's wearing the all-black uniforms. And so somebody didn't get the memo that they weren't black uniforms. Because the only differential between the two teams is that there's a blue rim on the hat of the Creighton Prep Junior Jays uniforms compared to the black helmets that we'll see from Millard West to start things out. So once again, Luis Schneckenberger will get the nod for Creighton Prep here to begin things. And let me just tell you a little bit more about Schneckenberger. Senior, he's 4-4 on the season with a 2.36 ERA. And he'll, like I said, facing the high-powered offense for Millard West that features the Creighton commit Nick Ventiker, the junior. He features multiple Division I commits, including junior infielder Tyson Lewis, who's hitting .451 this season as a junior with a home run, 35 RBIs, and 34 runs scored as well. Peyton Moore, who I mentioned, had that 2-run home run in a Friday's game, is a senior hitting .340 with 6 home runs and 35 runs driven in as well. And so it's going to be this is going to be a really good game. Looking forward to Millard West and Creighton Prep as we're getting ready to go. Millard West, despite being in the third base dugout and despite being the number 1 overall seed, is going to be the visiting team on the scoreboard. So every single time so far today that we've had a team in the third base dugout, they have been visitors on the scoreboard, but they decide that now just by a coin toss. So that's the unlucky dugout, if you will. But Nick Ventiker steps in. We're getting ready to go, and he takes strike 1 on the outside corner from Schneckenberger, and we are underway here at Warner Park. So first pitch is at 4:02 p.m., and it's 57 degrees here at Warner Park. And now a slider low and away, ball 1 from Schneckenberger to Ventiker. So 2 really good games earlier today, but now we move to the winner's bracket. We'll have this game as it's now 2-1 to Ventiker. We'll have Millard West Creighton Prep, and then at around 7 o'clock, we'll have our final game of the day between Lincoln East and Elkhorn South. As Ventiker checks his swing, did he go around? He did not. Make it 3-1. The rain was falling down just a little while ago here at Warner. I went out to just kind of stretch the legs and walk around the concourse, and because this is a really cool venue and an area, as Ventiker fouls it off the catcher, so we are full to begin things here, 3-2. But I went around just to kind of walk around and stretch the legs, and there was rain on the ground. Everything was wet. It was just got done raining pretty good, and there's a lot of people here in the sections that have their umbrellas hanging out. So I think rain's still drizzling just a little bit. But on 3-2 pitch, Ventiker takes upstairs, ball 4, and there's a leadoff base run in there for the Millard West Wildcats. And Corey Kozad, the catcher, number 5, Corey Kozad, hitting .295 this season with no home runs. Just 22 RBIs to Corey Kozad's name. in 88 at-bats. So Van Tyker conservatively leads off of first. Schneckenberger working from the stretch now. Has to deal with Kozad. First pitch to the AB, just a little outside, ball one. Want to say thanks to all the fellas back in the 93.7 The Ticket studio for holding down the fort in between each game. Also want to thank all of our sponsors, who I'll mention here in a minute, for allowing broadcasts to be possible. The 1-0 pitch. But before we have that, we'll have a pick-off over to first base. But thanks to all of our sponsors, A1 Automotive, Nebraska Realty, Independence Built, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, DBAT Lincoln, and High Electric. So Van Tyker leads off first. The slide step, a little bit of a hit-and-run situation. It's going to be popped up, and it will bleed into the Creighton Prep dugout. Now, Millard West somewhat got lucky there because Van Tyker didn't necessarily know that it was popped up or that it was potentially in play. So he was already 3/4 of the way, about 65 feet to third base, and did not realize that he needed to get back to first base if he didn't want to get doubled up. So luckily for the Wildcats, Kozad's foul tip goes out of play into the Creighton dugout. And we'll get to do it again at 1-1 here in the top of the first inning. So Schneckenberger from the stretch, the slide step, and now a rope down the left field line, but it's going to spin foul. And so it'll be 1-2 here to the number 2 hole hitter, Corey Kozad. Chris Simon is the home plate umpire here today. First time we've seen Chris here in a Class A game. It's been a common rotation of the same 4 umpires over the last couple of days. But now here's Chris Simon behind the plate. Here's Kozad swinging at the 1-2 pitch. It's going to be a shallow center field pop fly. The shortstop will take control and bring it in for out number 1. That'll be an F6 on the scorecard. And that brings up the Arkansas baseball commit, Tyson Lewis, the junior shortstop, hitting .451 from the plate this season. 1 home run, 35 RBIs, 34 runs scored in 51 hits and 113 ABs in 2023. Van Tyker still dancing off of first. Schneckenberger picking over, and he is back in plenty of time as Van Tyker. Van Tyker's not necessarily looking to steal there, but now he will on the jump, and there's going to be a pop fly that goes into the Millard West student section. Now, something that if you're a Millard West Wildcat player here, Schneckenberger has not picked over 2 times in a row. He's definitely focused on Van Tyker over there at first base, but after he picked over that one time, Van Tyker felt pretty confident that he wasn't going to pick over again. And so he got a really good jump off of Schneckenberger, and it worked out well. However, Tyson Lewis fouled it off. 1-1 here to Tyson Lewis, the left-handed hitter facing the right-handed Schneckenberger, the prep pitcher. Van Tyker dancing. Now the pitch home is going to hit Schneckenberger off the leg. It bounces right to the first baseman. It bounced off of Schneckenberger's knee, it looked like, or lower leg, directly to the first baseman who was at the bag, and Schneckenberger is hobbling just a little bit. Van Tyker does advance to second base, so it will go down as a fielder's choice, and the 3 unassisted on the fielder's choice for out number 2. Van Tyker does advance to second. Like I said, they're checking on Schneckenberger as we speak, and that once hopefully Schneckenberger's okay to continue in this game, that'll bring up Peyton Moore. And what's interesting here, so it's going to be, they're focused on, I believe it hit Schneckenberger's left leg. And as a pitcher, that's your plant leg. And so you're trying to really drive off of that left leg as they're going to let him throw a couple just practice pitches just to see if he's good to plant on that leg, stick it in the turf, and stride out. And that warm-up pitch looked to be pretty good, and the Creighton Prep staff seems to feel can continue, so we're going to keep it rolling. So Peyton Moore steps in. Top of the first inning, excuse me, 2 outs, runner on second, no balls, no strikes. It'll be a fresh count for Peyton Moore. Van Tyker on second base after the fielder's choice. Schneckenberger still working from the stretch. Looks back twice towards Van Tyker. Looks back a third time. Still plenty of time. Looks back a fourth time. Now delivers. And it's a ball low and outside, 1-0. Van Tyker surely is doing his job over there on the base paths, however, just to make sure that he knows, or that Schneckenberger knows, rather, that he's out there and he's active on the base paths, forcing Schneckenberger to look him back 4 times. And now 1 ball, no strike, and this is where Peyton Moore might attack as he tries to attack the 1-0 fastball, and that's exactly what I was kind of talking about, is that 1-0 fastball, that 3-1 pitch. Those are pitches that hitters, especially ones the size and talent of Peyton Moore, love to jump on. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Van Tyker leads off a second, dances. Now they'll pick back, and Van Tyker's back in time, safe at second. No score here, top of the first inning between Millard West and Creighton Prep. Peyton Moore, he's going to hit this one deep to left field. Left fielder on the warning track, and he is there 3 feet short of the fence. Peyton Moore almost had his second 2-run home run in as many games. But unfortunately, the left fielder for Creighton Prep was there just shy of the wall to make the catch and end the top of the first inning. We have no score after a half inning of play. Coming up for Creighton Prep, it'll be the 1-2-3 hitters, Bartholomew, Summers, and Sam Patton, all due up for Creighton Prep in the bottom half of the first inning. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Nick Sander back with you from Warner Park, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. No runs in the top of the first inning for Millard West as the Wildcats go down relatively quiet. The only thing really of note was Van Tyker draws a walk in the leadoff spot, but thanks to a shallow pop-up and then 2 consecutive outs on a fielder's choice and then a deep fly ball to left field. That's how we end the top of the first inning. So now, first up for Creighton Prep in the bottom half of the first inning is going to be number 34, Henry Bartholomew. Bartholomew hit out of the leadoff spot on Friday. He went 1 for 3 with a double and a strikeout on Friday against Gretna. And he takes strike 1 here. He's facing Jackson Williams. Williams got the start on Friday in center field. Now he's getting the start on the bump. He's a hard thrower. He bounces the 0-1 pitch rather into the dirt, 1-1. So Williams with a slider. Gets Bartholomew to go around on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Henry Bartholomew. Grant Summers, the Nebraska Omaha commit, standing on deck. And the 1-2 pitch going to be rolled over to the third baseman, fielded cleanly. Throw over to first in time for out number 1. And it's a 5-3 ground out to begin the bottom half of the first inning. So a nice play there by the Millard West third baseman, Nick Van Tyker. So that brings up Grant Summers, the UNO commit. In the game on Friday against Gretna, Summers went 1 for 3 with a flyout, a walk, and a single. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Jackson Williams moving quickly. He starts with a nice little front door slider that comes back on the inner part of the plate for a strike, 0-1. Williams moves quick. He gets back up on that rubber real quick as now he bounces one in the dirt right in front of the plate, 1-1, as he has this quick little twitchy violent motion where he lifts his knee and then strides out really quickly. And so with it, he doesn't necessarily always get a long enough stride on his pitches, which can cause him to be a little sporadic if he's not striding out far enough. 1-1 pitch outside for a ball, 2-1 to Grant Summers, the 2-hole. Righty versus righty matchup. The pitch here on 2-1 is going to be roped into center field for a base hit, and Summers looks towards the Prep dugout and says, let's go, and tries to pump him up as he has a 1-out single. So Grant Summers will be at first base. Now next up, the 3-hole hitter, number 20, Sam Patton. Patton in the tournament, 0 for 3 with a couple ground outs and a fly out. On the year, though, Patton hitting .354 with a home run and 18 runs driven in. 1 out here in the bottom of the first innings. First pitch of the AB, low and in, ball 1. With Summers on first, 1 ball, no strikes here in the bottom of the first inning. And this is kind of the game within the game if you're Creighton Prep. Jackson Williams is obviously wanting to work fast. So here's Williams. He throws another ball, 2 balls, no strikes. But you'll see, and I'll tell you guys that whoever's in the box, they're taking a little bit longer than normal to get going in the batter's box. Just so Jackson Williams has to wait a little bit longer, as now the 2-0 pitch is up and in for a ball, 3-0. So Jackson Williams has some velocity. You wouldn't necessarily know it looking at him. He throws it hard, and now he's 3-1, but it can cause some inaccuracies for Jackson Williams. But 3 balls, 1 strike. Summers gets his lead at first. Williams from the stretch. To the left-handed hitter, Sam Patton, and he takes ball 4, low and inside. And so that will allow Summers to get to second, and Patton reaches first on the base on balls. And if you're Millard West here, it's almost a matter of, if you're Steve Fry, that is, the head coach, it's how long of a leash does Jackson Williams have? You obviously have quite a bit of faith in your offense, but if it's anything like the outing that we saw from Sam Bezpoyazny in game 1 for Creighton Prep, if Schneckenberger can even just do a fraction of that, Creighton Prep's going to have an opportunity to maybe knock off the number 1 seed. So here's Jackson Williams ready to deal with Kobe Hatcher. Hatcher, the starting third baseman, wearing number 13. He takes ball 1, low and in, 1-0. So 5 out of the last 6 pitches have been balls. The only strike came on that 3-0 count. This one also a ball, low and away. Make 6 of the last 7. And at some point here, look at him as you want to look at Creighton Prep's head coach, Pat Mooney. he looks right towards Kobe Hatcher's way at the box and says, be smart. And I would almost assume that that's the way of make him throw you a strike. Don't swing unless he throws you a strike, as Jackson Williams gets one on the corner, 2-1. Umbrella's still out here at Warner, so rain is still trickling down a little bit. 2 balls, 1 strike, and it's in the dirt. Ball 3, 3-1. 3-1 to Kobe Hatcher, the cleanup man for Creighton Prep. Mitchell Collins, the starting second baseman, waits on deck, and then Grant Wagner is in the hole. Runners on first and second for Prep. The Junior Jays have Summers at second and Sam Patton at first, while Jackson Williams is on the mound. And he puts the 3-1 pitch in there for a called strike, and we're all full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Either way, even if you want to look at it this way, for Creighton Prep, a long at bat like this, you force Williams to throw 5 pitches to your 2-hole, and now he walks Kobe Hatcher on ball 4 on a pitch that's up and away. But now that's what I'm getting at is for Creighton Prep, even if Kobe Hatcher was to strike out there or was to hit and pop out, whatever it may be, you're extending these at-bats to where you're forcing Jackson Williams to throw quite a few pitches, and it's only the bottom of the first inning. So here's Jackson Williams, who has 2 walks. He's allowed a single to Grant Summers, and promptly 3 Millard West players are jogging out to the center field bullpen just to get warmed up, while we have a mound visit from the Millard West coaching staff. And so we see that every now and then also here, where coaches will call mound visits just to provide some time for guys to run out to that center field bullpen and then briskly walk off the field, and we're ready to get going once again here from Warner Park. So bases are loaded for Prep in the bottom of the first inning. Huge opportunity here for the Junior Jays. Grant Summers is at third, Sam Patton is at second, and Kobe Hatcher is at first for the Junior Jays. Mitchell Collins, the second baseman, just steps into the box. He's hitting .354 this year with 18 runs driven in. And the first pitch from Williams is up and away, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Look for Collins to attack on a fastball if given the opportunity here. And he watches one go right down Broadway as it's going to even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So bases are juiced. 1 ball, 1 strike. Williams comes set, fires. Great block behind the dish. Saved a run. Corey Kozad. So nice job by Corey Kozad for being a brick wall behind the dish and protecting Jackson Williams. 2 balls, 1 strike to the second baseman, Mitchell Collins. Grant Wagner on deck. Wagner, the DH in today's game. Williams, the pitch. Swung on and missed. And that's what you're going to get out of Jackson Williams. He throws with high velocity, and the pitch quickly gets on you if you're the batter. But if you can't locate, you're not going to be very effective. The 2-2 swung on, and it's fouled off. Man, it was lunged at by Mitchell Collins, and fortunately enough for him, he was able to get the very tip of his bat on that baseball. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. They're checking the ball to make sure that seams are not busted or anything like that, and we're ready to get going once again. Game 3 of 4 today. We'll have just 2 games tomorrow. But now Jackson Williams sets, fires, and it's going to be ball 3 up and in. So another full count for Jackson Williams. Nowhere to put him. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And that's ball 4. It goes over the catcher's head. Creighton Prep is going to take a 1-0 lead, and that's what will kill you. That is what will frustrate the heck out of you if you are head coach Steve Fry for Millard West, because Creighton Prep didn't do anything the last 3 batters, and they somehow get rewarded with a run, and it's because your starting pitcher gave them a free base. And so with that, Grant Summers will score, and Sam Patton moves to third. Sam Patton moves to third. Kobe Hatcher goes to second, and then Mitchell Collins is at first after the walk and an RBI. So that brings up Grant Wagner, the designated hitter. Grant Wagner, 262 this season, swings and misses at the 1-0 pitch, and we're all evened up at 1 apiece. So Wagner, 262 this season, 19 RBIs in 61 ABs. Williams comes set. The pitch. It's going to be hit towards the shortstop. Opportunity for Tuba. They got to be quick. There's one at second, and they get him at first. And so a huge momentum-shifting play by Jackson Williams to force a ground ball. Great turn by Tyson Lewis and the rest of the middle infield, and a better scoop at first base by Peyton Moore gets the Wildcats out of the first inning with minimal damage. They leave the bases loaded to the Junior Jays, but they still take the lead. They're up 1-0 on Millard West after 1 inning of play right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching, and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field.
We're back here, Warner Park. Nick Sainert joining you. The Junior Jays of Creighton Prep have a 1-0 lead after 1 inning of play. Lewis Schneckenberger comes back out to the bump, and he faces the number 5 hitter, Caleb Lanphier, the designated hitter for Millard West. And first pitch of the AB is a slider in the zone for a strike, 0-1. And Schneckenberger ready to go once again, and he gets a swing and a miss from Lanphier for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Lanphier steps back in the box, and Schneckenberger's going. And he gets the slider outside, ball 1, 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schneckenberger delivers, and it's going to hit as Lanphier, I believe, just took the fastball up and in off the face. And Lanphier is down right in front of home plate. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and we'll step aside. Hopefully Lanphier is okay. They're checking on him right now as both medical trainers are out there, and we'll step aside right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Nick Sainer back with you from Warner Park. Scary situation there as Caleb Lanfear took a pitch off. It looked like he was holding up by his eye, and his helmet came off, and he immediately fell on his back and on the dirt. And so trainers came out, coaches came out, and they're checking him back in the dugout. But he did get hit by the pitch, so now Millard West will have to make a substitution, and they'll bring in number 27, Chance Roberts, the sophomore, to go run for Caleb Lanfear. And we'll see if they have to keep him out of the lineup there. But nonetheless, Drew Derrimer comes up to the bat now for Millard West. He is the starting right fielder, and he takes strike one on a slider low and away. No balls, one strike. So Schneckenberger comes set, delivers. Its slider is going to get a swing and a miss from Derrimer. Derrimer, the University of Iowa commit. We saw him pitch on Friday, and he pitched extremely well. And against Grand Island, only had to throw 5 innings as Derrimer takes low and away for ball 1-1-2. So it's just when you look up and down this Millard West lineup, just talent all over the place. Guys that are sitting on the bench are going to play college ball, and now Schneckenberger checks over to first. Back in time is Chance Roberts, but you look up and down this lineup, and there's just so much talent from the 1 hole to the 9 hole that there's just no room to breathe if you're an opponent. And that's why Millard West is 29-5 this year. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, and Derrimer goes down swinging on a slider. He saw 4 straight sliders there from Schneckenberger, forces the strikeout and out number 1 of the second inning. So Roberts still on first base. Now next up, it's going to be Dylan Swierczyk as he takes ball 1 low and away, 1-0. Nightcap, it's going to be Lincoln East and Elkhorn South. The Spartans were in a little bit of a scary situation last Friday as they were losing through about 6 innings, or I should say through 5 innings, entering the bottom of the 6th. And then AJ Vasco, the Kansas State commit, was able to get a 2 RBI single and give the Spartans a 2-1 lead over their opponent, Bellevue West. In the later stages of that one, that eventually carried them over the top. But for a while there, it looked like the 2 seed might have been upset as we have a drag bunt to the third base side. Throw across the diamond is in time for out number 2. In the process, Roberts moves up to second base, and Swierczyk will be credited with the sacrifice bunt. So 2 outs here to go in the top of the second inning. And that brings up the starting left fielder, Nixon Snyder. Snyder on the year, .313 at the plate, 3 home runs. 3 home runs, 4 RBIs for Nixon Snyder. Scored. While Chance Roberts is at second base. Schneckenberger delivers, ground ball, dribbler through the hole, and we'll have a play at third as the ground ball was bobbled, but nonetheless, Snyder is safe on first. That'll be a single. That's a tough play to make for the shortstop. On the play, Chance Roberts advances to third. It was tough for him to slow up, so he kind of overran third base, and the shortstop for Creighton Prep, who is Grant Summers, threw it to third base just to see if they could get him on a back pick, was unable to do so. So he was safe at third. We have runners at the corners with 2 outs. Brings up Brody Brow. The pitch on no balls, no strikes, low and away, ball 1. And on the lazy throw back to the pitcher, Nixon Snyder did a delay steal and swiped second base. So that takes the possibility of a force out at second out of the equation. On a 1-0 pitch, slider didn't break back far enough, and it's high and inside for ball 2. Brody Brow on Friday went 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Trying to get some RBIs here. And here he ropes one into left field. It's going to be down for a base hit. 1 scores. The second runner coming around the throw at the plate. It's going to be close, and it's not in time. It goes over his head, and Brow goes into second with a RBI double. And Millard West here in the top of the second inning takes a 2-1 lead. They'll officially score that, I would assume, as a single, a 2 RBI single where both Nixon Snyder and Chance Roberts come around to score. And with that, on the throw that went over the top of the catcher from left field, that is how Brody Brow was able to advance to second base. So it's a single, but advanced to second on the throw, and we have Brow at second base with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Now, the leadoff hitter as the lineup turns over, Nick Van Tyker, who I don't need to remind you, had 2 home runs on Friday. He swings with a hearty hack at that first pitch and fouls it back 0-1. So Schneckenberger trying to right the ship here as he throws a slider low and away, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So obviously still curious, concerned about Caleb Lanfear's status after it seemed like he took a pitch in the face while hitting. Chance Roberts came in and ran for him, but you are allowed to re-enter. 1 ball, 1 strike, and we have time called at the plate by Nick Van Tyker. So once again, because of the catcher for Creighton Prep going down to his knees to throw the baseball back to the pitcher, the catcher being Michael Chase. Remember, that is how Nixon Snyder was able to steal second base. And if he wasn't able to steal second base on a delayed steal, then he's not scoring on that base hit to left. And we're all tied up at 1 apiece. But you allow a free base, and here's Van Tyker. He hits a pop fly to left field, and it is caught for the final out of the top of the second inning. After 1.5 innings of play, we got a good one on our hands. Millard West takes the lead, 2-1 over the Junior Jays of Creighton Prep. Due up for the Jays in the bottom half of the second inning. It's 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Michael Burt, Michael Wheelock, and Michael Chase all due up in the bottom half of the second inning. And we'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954. Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln's summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited. And if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field.
It is the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up for Creighton Prep here in the home half of the second inning. Michael Burt, Michael Wheelock, and Michael Chase. Michael cubed, if you will, with there being 3 straight Michaels in the order. And so Michael Burt, the first baseman, will come up to the plate. In Friday's game, went 0 for 2 with a RBI ground out and a strikeout. Was also hit by a pitch, though, on Friday. Jackson Williams comes back out onto the mound, and he starts things out with a strike over the heart of the plate, 0-1. Williams right back up, ready to go. The 0-1 pitch going to be swung on, hit up the middle. Tyson Lewis able to corral it, throws over to first in time for out number 1, as the Arkansas commit had to range to his left and fire over to his teammate Peyton Moore at first base to retire Burt for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. That brings up number 1, Michael Wheelock. Michael Wheelock starting in left field today. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. The pitch from Williams, just a hair outside, 1-0. The catcher, Michael Chase, in the on-deck circle. The 1-0 pitch going to be hit well out to center field, but right at the center fielder to corral it for out number 2. So a nice bounce-back inning for Jackson Williams here in inning number 2. He struggled with control in that first inning, but now been able to retire the first 2 batters of the bottom of the second on just 4 pitches. So 2-1, Millard West with a 1-run lead. Now it's Michael Chase as he watches ball 1 upstairs, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here for Creighton Prep in the bottom of the second. And Chase swings and misses on a fastball up and away, 1-1. Chase chases, if you will. 1 ball, 1 strike, and we got a foul ball straight back, 1-2. Michael Chase on Friday went 1 for 3 with a double. Also struck out in Friday's win. The 1-2 pitch, just a hair outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the second inning. Winner of this game is firmly in the driver's seat as the 2-2 pitch is almost swung on. They're going to say that Michael Chase held up on that ball in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second frame. But the winner of this one firmly in the driver's seat, and I'll explain why here in a few minutes. The 3-2 pitch, 2 outs, and just up and away for ball 4. So I spoke too soon as Jackson Williams gives up his 4th walk in an inning and 2/3, and Michael Chase takes first base. There will be a courtesy runner for the catcher, Michael Chase, just so Chase can get back into the dugout, maybe get his gear back on in time and all that stuff before he goes back out and catches Schneckenberger. So that brings up the top of the lineup as it turns over. Number 34, the right fielder, Henry Bartholomew. Bartholomew grounded out to the third baseman his first time up in the first inning. And now here he hits one right center field. The right fielder is under it and is there to corral it for the final out of the second inning. No runs, no hits, one left on base. Creighton Prep still trails Millard West 2-1 after 2 innings of play. For Millard West in the top of the third inning, it's 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Kozad, Lewis, and Moore due up to face Schneckenberger of Creighton Prep when we come back right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Time for Millard West to come back up to the plate. They put up a 2 spot in the second inning, thanks to an RBI single from Brody Brow, the 9-hole hitter. Due up for the Wildcats here in the top of the third inning, Corey Kozad, Tyson Lewis, and Peyton Moore. Kozad, the catcher. In the first inning, he flew out to the shortstop. So 2-1, Millard West with a 1-run lead. The pitch from Schneckenberger is low and outside, ball 1. Schneckenberger working at a pretty good clip here. And the 1-0 pitch inside, 2-0. I mentioned that the winner of this game is in a pretty good spot as Kozad rips the 2-0 fastball into left field for a base hit. He'll be on first with a leadoff single. And that allows Tyson Lewis to come up and see if he can make something happen. The lefty Arkansas commit, Tyson Lewis. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Tyson Lewis still looking for, I guess he went 1 for 3 on Friday with a double. And also he went 0 for 1 today so far. So I'm sure if you asked him, not necessarily the type of state tournament he was planning on having, starting out 1 for 4. Rain continuing to fall here at Warner Park. Runner on first base, nobody out. Lewis fouls the first pitch back, 0-1. But as I was saying, the team that wins this game is set up really well for the rest of the tournament. And basically it's, you win this game, you advance to Wednesday morning's game at Tal Anderson Field at 10 a.m. as Lewis fouls this one off. But if you, number one, you get tomorrow off, the loser does not. The winner gets tomorrow off, and you would have to lose twice. Still, you'd still be undefeated. So you're set up in a pretty good spot if you are able to win this game. As Schneckenberger gives up a base hit into left field off the bat of Tyson Lewis. It goes right into the left fielder's glove, and Millard West is once again cooking with runners on first and second with nobody out here in the top of the third inning. So Lewis just was able to hit that one well. So Kozad now goes to second. And that brings up Peyton Moore, who flied out to the wall in left field in the first inning. Peyton Moore had the 2-run home run on Friday. Now here he is with runners on first and second. Schneckenberger looking. I think Schneckenberger was concerned or curious on why there were no middle infielders working the runner at second base. Kozad was able to get as far as he wanted off. And now we're going to have a balk, I believe. Yes, we're going to have a balk as Schneckenberger started going home and now a little bit out of sorts if you're Creighton Prep. And so Schneckenberger has to compose himself here. And Peyton Moore is talking to his third base coach. So that moves runners to second and third on the balk. And so now we're getting ready to go. Still nobody out here in inning number 3. Peyton Moore came into this tournament hitting .340 with 5 home runs. Already has 1 home run. Had it on Friday. 37 RBIs this season. Now he swings and misses at a slider low and away. I think he was hoping that Schneckenberger was going to give him a fastball, but instead gave him a slider, and he was way out in front of it. 0-1. Millard West leads 2-1 over the Junior Jays here, top of the third inning, but Millard West with runners on second and third. Peyton Moore up to bat, and nice block behind the plate to keep him from going to the backstop. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Corey Kozad is at third. Tyson Lewis is at second. The pitch from Schneckenberger. Slider swung on and fouled by Peyton Moore. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Schneckenberger the pitch. Swung on, hit well to left field. It's going to be routinely caught, but now Kozad can tag. He does tag, and they'll just throw it into third to keep the runner from tagging from second to third. So Peyton Moore does his job, hits a sac fly. Kozad scores from third, and it makes it a 3-1 Millard West Wildcat lead here in the top of the third inning. There's still only 1 out, and the runner on second base. So a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Peyton Moore. Gives Creighton Prep their first out of the inning. So Tyson Lewis is still standing on second base. That brings, looks like they're going to indeed substitute Caleb Lanfear, who got hit in the face with a pitch just his last at-bat. They're going to bring in, I believe, Caden Dreesen to be the DH from now on, as first pitch to the AB is low and away, ball 1. So we'll go ahead and make that change as Dreesen comes in for Caleb Lanfear. So hope all is well with number 17, Caleb Lanfear, who started this game as the DH. Made to play at Southeast Community College as Lanfear. As here's Dreesen trying to lay down a bunt, unable to execute it successfully. 1 ball, 1 strike. Caden Dreesen on Friday, he got the start, and at DH that is, and he went 2 for 2 with 2 singles in Friday's game. Did not initially get the start today as he pops it up into foul territory. Dreesen, and it's going to drop directly in front of the Prep dugout as it was in the middle, about 45 feet away from the plate. Neither the catcher or first baseman were able to get there in time. It dropped down near the on-deck circle on the Prep side, and fortunately enough for Dreesen, he's going to get another crack at it, 1-2. So same as what I said regarding Jackson Williams in the first, Schneckenberger's having to throw a lot of pitches. Lewis steals third, and he is going to get there in time. And Dreesen took the pitch. It was ball 2 on a slider low and away. So that makes the count 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. And now Tyson Lewis just stole third base. It was a good throw from the catcher, just unable to get it in time. So runner on third with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Ball in the dirt. Batter did not go. He had checked his swing, so that puts the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 3rd inning. Tyson Lewis stands on third base. Caden Dreesen in the box. And he takes ball 4. That's a really good at-bat from the young man who was substituted for Lanphier. Really good at-bat, being patient. And now Coach Mooney for Creighton Prep wants to talk things over with his pitcher, Schneckenberger. And while they do that, we'll go ahead and step aside for 30 seconds. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Home plate umpire Chris Simon has broken up the little meeting that they've had at the mound, and we're ready to play baseball once again here at Warner Park. Tyson Lewis on third base after he hit a single and then advanced to second on a balk and then stole third base, while the first base bag is occupied by Kate. He just drew a base on balls on a 7-pitch at bat. So Dreesen at first, Lewis at third for Millard West, and that brings the Iowa commit Drew Derrimer to the plate. First pitch, the AB swung on and missed by Derrimer. Derrimer struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Derrimer in the right-handed batter's box. He squares the bunt, pulls back, and takes ball 1 low and away. Dylan Swierczyk is standing in the on-deck circle. But first, Schneckenberger has to deal with Derrimer, who squares around a bunt. It's going to be right back at the pitcher. He tosses it home. The tag at home is in time, and they get Tyson Lewis at the plate. And so, once again, we see an example of, yes, the team got the bunt down on a safety squeeze attempt. However, that's as much on Tyson Lewis at third base as it is on the hitter for not getting the bunt down in a proper direction. As at third base, you have to be able to read speed and direction. If it's hit hard off the bat, if it's not at a decent angle, you cannot go home because you do not obviously want to make an out at the plate. And so instead of having runners at second and third with 2 outs, you have runners at first and second with 2 outs after Drew Derrimer is unable to do his job successfully and execute a sacrifice or a safety squeeze, if you will. So great discipline and awareness by the pitcher for Creighton Prep, Schneckenberger, as he just tossed it home to the catcher, and nice job by the catcher applying the tag. So 2 outs, no balls, 1 strike. Make it no balls and 2 strikes to the 7-hitter, Dylan Swierczyk. So that last play goes as a fielder's choice. 1-2 on the scorecard. 0-2 count and swing and a miss as Schneckenberger gets out of the inning with only allowing one run. And so Millard West, despite tacking on another one and leading now 3-1, got to be a little frustrated that didn't provide more runs in that top half of the third inning. Your score after 2.5 innings of play, Millard West 3 and Junior Jays of Creighton Prep 1. We'll be back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Bottom of the third inning, it'll be 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Creighton Prep due up here in the bottom of the third. Grant Summers, Sam Patton, and Kobe Hatcher. And so we're ready to get going here in the bottom half of the third inning with Grant Summers. He singled back in the first. He ended up scoring in that first inning. And he faces Jackson Williams, who throws ball one upstairs, 1-0. Grant Summers going to Omaha to continue his career. 1 ball, no strikes to the 2-hole batter, Grant Summers, who swings and misses. 1-1. Patton and Hatcher, the other 2 junior Jays that are due up, they both walked in their previous plate appearance. The 1-1 pitch to Summers, in there for a strike, 1-2. So Jackson Williams has done a really nice job settling down. The 1-2 pitch from Williams, low and away, 2-2. Done a really good job settling down. That first inning, pretty erratic and inaccurate from the mound from Williams, who had a last second, about a 75-yard touchdown reception back in the fall against the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks at Seacrest Field. We had that game. Jay Foreman about fell out of his chair as he throws the 2-2 pitch up high, 3 balls, 2 strikes. But Jackson Williams with an incredibly athletic play to take it 75 yards to the house on a reception, and that's how Millard West ended up beating Southwest. The 3-2 pitch, and he gets Summers to swing at a pitch that would have been ball 4 up high in the zone for out number 1. Brings up Sam Patton, who walked in his first AB back in the first inning. It's a lefty hitter versus a righty pitcher here. Mentioned the uniform combos. I'm not really big into uniform combos, but as Patton takes strike 1 on the outside corner, 0-1, you have the black jerseys of Creighton Prep going up against the black jerseys of Millard West, and it's without the hints of blue, I could not tell who was who. But 1 ball, 1 strike. Patton, the hitter for Creighton Prep, takes ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on a pitch that was on the inside part that Chris Simon, the home plate umpire, didn't think was a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Williams delivers. Strike 2 right down the heart of the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Appreciate you guys. Hope the Monday was enjoyable for y'all
as Williams delivers. This one just tapped out lightly to the left side. Third baseman throws across the diamond just in time, beat him by a step. And that's out number 2 on the 5-3 ground out. Brings up Kobe Hatcher, the third baseman for Creighton Prep. He walked back in the first, was stranded at second after that 6-4-3 double play ended the inning back in the first inning. So 2 outs here, nobody on. And Jackson Williams trying to set down the Jays in order for the second straight inning. And he throws inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Kobe Hatcher, the right-handed hitter. The pitch laced out to center field, but right there to make the catch is the center fielder for Millard West, Brody Brow, and that will do it for the Junior Jays portion of the third inning on the flyout to the center fielder. We move on to the top of the fourth inning. Your score, Millard West 3, the Junior Jays 1. Here from Warner Park, Nick Sainert joining you, and this is 93.7 The Ticket. Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching, and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Two up for Millard West here in the top of the fourth inning. It's the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Nixon Snyder, Brody Brow, and Nick Van Tyker all due up for the Wildcats here in the top of the fourth. So we get it rolling with Nixon Snyder, the left fielder, wearing number 18 for the Wildcats. He'll be swinging right-handed, facing the righty pitcher of Lewis Schneckenberger. Schneckenberger gone 3 innings, allowed 3 runs. Been able to control the pace of the game relatively well, though, has Schneckenberger, as he throws ball 1 to Nixon Snyder. The 1-0 pitch from Schneckenberger. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out here in the top of the fourth inning. Schneckenberger delivers, low and away, ball 2. Although Creighton Prep, the 5 seed in this tournament, it's almost once you get to this point, as we saw today with Grand Island and Gretna, seeds don't necessarily matter a whole lot, as Nixon Snyder fouls that one back to the net, because we saw yesterday Creighton Prep was able to get on top of Gretna, the 4 seed, technically higher. And now today we saw Grand Island beat the 4 seed Gretna Dragons 2-0. Schneckenberger low in the zone, ball 3. So we're all full, 3 balls, 2 strikes here to the 8-hole hitter Nixon Snyder, who singled in his first at-bat, then stole second and came around to score. The 3-2 pitch. And it's fought off back to the net for another opportunity at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two pitch swung on and missed by Nixon Snyder. And so Schneckenberger is able to work around a little bit of a shaky start in that at-bat and come all the way back to get the first out of the fourth inning on a strikeout to Nixon Snyder. That brings up Brody Brow, the 9-hole hitter, who singled, had a 2 RBI single back in that second inning.
and that gave Millard West the lead. And he advanced to second on the throw from the outfielder that missed the cutoff man. As Brow fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch is in there, caught the inside corner, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled back by Brody Brow, so we'll do it again at 0-2 with one out. Three to 1, Millard West with a 2-run advantage over Creighton Prep. Schneckenberger for Prep delivers, lunged at, softly into right field, shallow right field. Under it are the Jays, and they record the out for out number 2. So Brow goes down, and that brings up the top of the order, number 2, Nick Van Tyker, the starting third baseman for Millard West. Van Tyker 0 for 2 in this one. He walked, or I should say 0 for 1 rather. He walked and then advanced to second via fielder's choice, but then in the second inning flew out to left field. Van Tyker takes ball 1, low and outside, 1-0. Now Schneckenberger already going through his windup, and he gets ball 2, 2 balls, no strikes. So Schneckenberger moving quick despite being down by 2 runs here. 2-0 pitch swung on. It's going to drift foul, but there's going to be plenty of room for the first baseman, and he hauls it in for the final out of the of the top of the 4th inning. We move to the bottom half of the 4th. Your score, Millard West 3, Creighton Prep 1. We'll be back due up for Creighton Prep in the bottom half. It's 5, 6, and 7 hitters right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeline a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954. Is 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up for Creighton Prep in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Jackson Williams back out there for his 4th inning of work on the mound for Millard West. Mitchell Collins will be the first guy up for the Junior Jays here in the bottom of the 4th inning. He walked back in the 1st, and then he had he was the reason that Creighton Prep even has a run right now, because his walk drove in a run since he walked with the bases loaded, but then got turned as part of that double play to end the 1st inning. So he comes up to start the 4th inning here, does Mitchell Collins. And he watches ball 1 low and away. So 1 ball, no strikes. Both these pitchers wanting to work fast, and Williams, before Collins is even looking at him, has already come set. Now throws up and away, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Three to 1 the score. Millard West out in front by 2. The pitch, up and away, ball 3. And so here's the thing. I think it's safe to say that if the Jays want to get back into this one, they got to hope that Jackson Williams throws some balls, and there you go. He threw 4 straight to Mitchell Collins, and there's a leadoff walk right there. Because
we saw it in the first inning that it can quickly spiral out of control. But I think also the Millard West head coach, Steve Fry, won't necessarily let that happen. So we had a quick timeout as Corey Kozad, the catcher, wanted to talk to his pitcher. So Millard West leads 3-1 over Creighton Prep. Jackson Williams on the mound, 4 straight balls. A bunt right back to the pitcher. He's going to go to second with it, force out at second. The throw to first will not be in time. And there, once again, it's just like the squeeze play that we saw from Millard West, that when you bunt it right back at the pitcher, unfortunately, if it's hit too hard, they're able to make an easier play. And that bunt basically does nothing for you. It just gives the opposite team an out because you're in the same situation as before with a runner on first and 1 out now instead of 0 outs. So now next up, it'll be the 7-hole hitter, or excuse me, the 6-hole, or Michael Burt, the 7-hole hitter, the first baseman. I apologize. As Grant Wagner attempted that sacrifice, but is now standing on first base after the fielder's choice. So Michael Burt, they're going to say he went around on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Three to 1, Millard West with a lead over Creighton Prep. Williams fires. The back pick at first is not going to be in time. Corey Kozad asking for batter interference, but he just stayed. Michael Burt had his feet planted in that batter's box, and so as long as he is out of there, stays in that batter's box, he'll be just fine. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Williams. It's going to be hit foul down the right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Creighton Prep led this game 1-0 back in the bottom of the 1st, but then quickly in the next half inning, in the top of the 2nd, Millard West scored 2. Now a back pick once again is not in time at first on a ball, 3-2. Corey Kozad trying hard to get Grant Wagner over there at first base. So Jackson Williams faced with a full count, 3-2. And it's going to be ball 4. And so Wagner was going with the pitch, but he is safe no matter what, so he will not get credited for the stolen base. However, Michael Burt draws a walk, and so runners at first and second now, and Steve Fry is going out to talk to Jackson Williams, his pitcher for Millard West. Looks like they're going to make a change, and so we'll step aside for about 2 minutes, and we'll come back. We'll tell you about the new arm coming in for Steve Fry and Millard West coming up right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field. Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
So the new arm on the mound for Millard West is number 11, a junior with a 3-0 record and a .38 ERA, Ben Sturbins. So a sub-1 ERA, allowing 0.38 runs per appearance. And here he is he inherits runners on first and second and faces the number 8 hitter, Michael Wheelock, to begin things. Gets him to swing and miss at a off-speed pitch on the outside portion of the plate, 0-1. So Wheelock grounded out to the shortstop in the second inning. He takes ball one, low and away, 1-1. Three to 1. Millard West out in front of Creighton Prep. Runners on first and second as Wagner is on second and Michael Burt is on first. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed on once again another off-speed pitch, low and away, 1-2. Another opportunity here for Creighton Prep, is if you're Creighton Prep, it's tough for you to sit here and say you haven't been given opportunities. As here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And so Sturbins comes in and gets the strikeout on the first batter he faces for out number 2 here in the bottom of the fourth. Brings up the number 9 hitter, who drew a walk in his lone plate appearance so far in the second inning, Michael Chase, the catcher. He drew a walk back in the second. And once again, runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth and Prep down by 2. Sturbins comes set, checks the runner at second. First pitch of the AB is way outside, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Sturbins delivers, and he throws a little up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. To the 9 hole, Michael Chase. Chase came into this tournament hitting .227, just a junior. And I believe they're going to call a balk on Sturbins. And so he made an illegal motion towards second base. And so therefore, they're going to say that Sturbins did not come set. And so therefore, runners will move now to second and third, thanks to a balk on Sturbins. And so how about that? 2 balks in back-to-back innings. One was on Creighton Prep, and now here's one on Millard West. So runners on second and third, base hit potentially ties this game. And he gets him, the batter, I should say, on a 2-0 slider.
He gets him to go around. 2 balls, 1 strike to Michael Chase, the 9-hitter. He walked back in the second. Michael Chase in Friday's game went 1 for 3 with a double. The pitch from Sturbins. Just a little outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Henry Bartholomew, the leadoff man for Creighton Prep, waiting in the on-deck circle. He's 0 for 2 today. Ground out and fly out. But he also hit a double in Friday's game. Now Sturbins. The 3-1 pitch is outside. He walked him. And so now a great opportunity for Creighton Prep and leadoff hitter Henry Bartholomew. Chase is at first. Michael Burt is at second. And Grant Wagner is at third. Corey Kozad called time to talk to his pitcher, Ben Sturbins, who just took over with 1 out in this inning. He came in, immediately struck out Michael Wheelock, the 8-hole hitter, and then got called for a balk and walked the 9-hole to find Henry Bartholomew waiting in the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Hits the outside corner, strike 1. As I mentioned, Bartholomew went 1 for 3 on Friday with a double, a strikeout, and a walk. He also flew out to the pitcher. That was on Friday. Bases loaded, 0-1 count, and it's inside corner. That was a missed spot for Ben Sturbins, but it counts all the same because Corey Kozad was set up in the left-handed batter's box, and it came all the way on the inside corner for the right-handed hitter Bartholomew. 0-2 count. Sturbins kicks, fires. This one fought off, got it to Sturbins. The throw to first in time to end the inning. So Creighton Prep leaves the bases loaded, and they are unable to muster anything up here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. We go to the top of the 5th for Millard West. Due up in the top of the 5th, it'll be Kozad, Lewis, and Moore. 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up to the plate here in just a moment on 93.7 The Ticket. Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Some kids worry about making the sports team. Others worry about where they'll sleep tonight. In Lincoln, 300 kids are in need of a safe and loving home. Cedars is here for them, but we do need your help. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
Nick Sander back with you from Warner Park. We start the 5th inning here in the winner's bracket. Millard West trying to punch their ticket and be in the driver's seat for the game on Wednesday. So they'll send Corey Kozad, the number 2 hitter in the lineup, to the plate. And still facing Schneckenberger on the first pitch. It's going to be fought into right field and somehow drops in between the second baseman and right fielder. It was just a little too far or too deep in right field for the second baseman, a little too shallow for the right fielder. So Corey Kozad gets a single here in the top of the 5th inning on the first pitch. And so with that, they'll bring a courtesy runner on for Corey Kozad, the catcher. It's going to be Landon Horst. Brings up Tyson Lewis, Arkansas commit. Swings and misses. 0-1.
Schneckenberger with a pretty good performance so far. Pitched through 4 innings, obviously only allowed 3 runs. A lot of missed opportunities offensively for Creighton Prep. As now it's 3-1, no balls, 1 strike. The pitch outside, 1-1. Tyson Lewis on the year, a blazing .451 batting average. Highest on the team as a junior in the most at-bats on the team, 113 ABs. Schneckenberger delivers outside, 2-1. .451, 1 home run, 35 runs driven in, and 34 runs scored. Runner goes at first. The throw down to second is almost in time, but they're going to call him safe as the slide forced the shortstop for Creighton Prep, Grant Summers, to drop that baseball. That throw was right on the money. One hopped in and right into the glove. But unfortunately here on 3-1, with the base open, you wonder, does Creighton Prep just be very careful here with Tyson Lewis? The pitch going to be driven out to the left side, foul into the netting over the Millard West dugout. So Horse was able, the courtesy runner, Landon Horse, was able to swipe second base, but now it's a full count to Tyson Lewis. Schneckenberger the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Lewis Schneckenberger. Gets a big out number 1 in the form of a strikeout over Tyson Lewis. And that brings up, not out of the woods yet if you're Schneckenberger, because that brings up a guy that we know who can have some power, Peyton Moore, the first baseman. It's a righty-on-righty matchup, which obviously favors the pitcher. The first baseman, Peyton Moore, is 0 for 1 today, had a sacrifice earlier in the game, sacrifice fly that is, back in the 3rd inning. He also flew out to the wall in left field in the 1st inning. 1 ball, no strikes here to Peyton Moore after he took the first pitch of the AB in. So here's the pitch from Schneckenberger on 1-0 as he got him to bite on the chair move, and now we're going to have a rundown between second and third base, and now he'll just be chased down by the third baseman, and that's a huge sigh of relief if you are Creighton Prep. A nice move by Schneckenberger. As Millard West thought they had a read on Schneckenberger, but he ended up pulling a nice little up and over move and ran right at Landon Horse, the courtesy runner, and a perfectly executed rundown by Creighton Prep in between second and third provides the Junior Jays with their second out of the inning. So now the only priority is the guy at the plate, and that's Peyton Moore. The 1-0 pitch, low and outside, ball 2. Nobody on the base pass, 2-0 pitch, here we go. Low and outside, ball 3. So Caden Dreesen is in the on-deck circle. Remember, he replaced Caleb Lanfear as the 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike, 3-1. He replaced Caleb Lanfear, who started the game as the designated hitter, but then looked to take a pitch off the face and got subbed out. As here we have a nice piece by Peyton Moore, but it's right at the center fielder, and he's there to grab it and haul in out number 3 on the catch by Sam Patton. So after 4.5 innings of play, we got a good one on our hands as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Millard West leads 3-1. Due up for the Junior Jays in the bottom half of the 5th inning. It's Summers, Patton, and Hatcher. 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up in a moment for Creighton Prep on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Nick Sander back with you from Warner Park. 3-1 the score. Millard West out in front of Creighton Prep, but this is the inning that matches up perfectly with the Creighton Prep's heart of the order. 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up, and it starts right here with Grant Summers, the Omaha commit. Shortstop for Creighton Prep watches ball one just outside, 1-0. Summers singled back in the first and came around to score the only run for Creighton Prep here as he watches another slider. 2 balls, no strikes here early on. Then he struck out in the third inning on a full count pitch for the first out of inning number 3. But here he is to lead off the bottom of the 5th, and he watches a called strike inside, 2-1. Sam Patton waiting in the on-deck circle. The 2-1 pitch scooped out of the ground. 3 balls, 1 strike. Jackson Williams went 3 1/3, allowed 1 earned run and 1 hit. Also walked a couple of guys before being relieved, as on the 3-1 pitch, Summers takes a hearty hack at it and swings and misses and makes it a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ben Sturbins is the guy pitching for Millard West. Came in with 1 out in that 4th inning. And a pitch to Summers is hacked on and missed as Summers goes down swinging for the 2nd time tonight. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brings up Sam Patton, the center fielder. He walked in the 1st inning and then grounded out to the 3rd baseman on a slow chopper in the 3rd. He takes ball 1 outside, 1-0. 1-0 delivery. That one snuck its way back onto the outside corner. 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Same exact spot. 1-2. And look at this. Ben Sturbins just quick moving as he tried to work that outside corner, unable to get the benefit of the doubt on the call, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. So now it's Sam Patton's got to make a adjustment here as he swings and misses on a fastball on the inside part of the plate. And now Sam Patton goes down swinging for out number 2. And that brings up Kobe Hatcher, the 3rd baseman. Hatcher flew out to center field back in the 3rd inning. First pitch to the AB, inside corner, strike 1, and Hatcher asks home plate umpire Chris Simon for a couple extra thoughts. 0-1 pitch, outside, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch swung on and fouled back. 1-2. In the top of the 6th inning for Millard West, it'll be the designated hitter Caden Dreesen, Drew Derrimer, and Dylan Swierczyk. 5, 6, and 7 hitters. So we're going to have a moment here. I think this is somewhat of a tactic as the hitter, Kobe Hatcher, called time. Somewhat of a tactic here to just hopefully slow down Ben Sturbins on the mound. He's gotten into a rhythm. He gets the ball back from his catcher, and it's right back on the rubber, ready to go on that mound. And if you're the opponent, you just never want to see that because that pitcher is comfortable, locked in, dialed in, and here's the pitch. Hit well out to right center fielder. It's a long run, and the right fielder tracks it down for the final out of the 5th inning. After 5 innings of play, Millard West leads 3-1 over Creighton Prep. It's Dreesen, Derrimer, and Swierczek due up in the top of the 6th inning, with the Wildcats leading 3-1 right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Some kids worry about making the sports team. Others worry about where they'll sleep tonight. In Lincoln, 300 kids are in need of a safe and loving home. Cedars is here for them, but we do need your help. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
Due up for Millard West here in the top of the 6th inning. It's the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in their lineup. Caden Dreesen, the designated hitter, Drew Derrimer, the right fielder, and the second baseman, Dylan Swierczek. The Wildcats of Millard West lead 3-1 over Creighton Prep here. And the first pitch by Schneckenberger is a called strike on the outer half, 0-1. Schneckenberger, 5 innings here as he throws ball 1 out, up and away, 1-1. Allowed 3 runs, only allowed 4 hits though. And he hasn't walked a whole lot of guys either. The 1-1 on the outside corner called for a strike, 1-2. Junior Jays, like I mentioned, they were leading 1-0 after the first inning, but then the Wildcats, as Dreesen's able to poke this one into center field down for a base hit. As I mentioned, the Wildcats, they scored 2 runs in the second inning and 1 run in the third. But nice little base knock there by Caden Dreesen as he will get on first base with a leadoff single, bringing up the future Iowa Hawkeye, Drew Derrimer. Derrimer with a great performance once again on Friday on the mound. And before Derrimer is going to see a pitch, Coach Mooney from Creighton Prep is going to go talk to his pitcher, Louis Schneckenberger. So while Coach Mooney does that, we'll go ahead and step aside. We'll be back in 30 seconds right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Nick Sander back with you from Warner Park here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Been a fun couple of days. We have one more game following this one. This is game 3 of 4 today. And our following one, the nightcap, might be the one that interests the folks from the city of Lincoln the most, as it's the lone team to represent the capital city going up against Elkhorn South. It's the Spartans of Lincoln East. Here starting around 7 p.m. or so. Runner up first, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Derimer swings and fouls the first pitch from Louis Schneckenberger. Straight back. It'll be 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here in the 6th. The breaking ball didn't come back across the plate, and Derimer, it actually went behind Derimer. And so that allowed Dreesen now to advance to second on the wild pitch. And that account to Derimer is now going to be 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, and a runner in scoring position at second base. Derimer standing in the right-handed batter's box, facing the righty Schneckenberger. The pitch, low and away, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Here in the top of the 6th inning, Creighton Prep down to their final 6 outs. Once they get back up to hit here in just a few moments. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Schneckenberger almost hit high and tight of Derimer, and it goes past the catcher once again, allowing Dreesen to steal or to get to third base rather on once again the wild pitch. And so this is just the evolution of baseball, and I've talked about this on the drive multiple times with Raph and AD. I've talked about with Rico on the happy hour, is that in this situation perfectly, as we have the 3-1 pitch coming up from Schneckenberger, and it's going to be called a swing, 3 balls and 2 strikes, as Derimer tried to hold up but was unable to. If Derimer hits a base hit here, or grounds out to second base, if you will, it wasn't the single by Dreesen that hurt you. As Schneckenberger pitches, it's low and away, ball 4, and Derimer's going to populate first base over there with a walk. But you want to talk about the evolution of the game. It wasn't the single, it wasn't the base knock up the middle that Dreesen hit that's killing you. Unfortunately, it's the wild pitches, the wild pitch that got him from first to second and the wild pitch that got him from second to third that's putting a lot of pressure on your defense to make a spectacular play, because at this point of the game, you have 6 outs remaining, you're trailing by 2, and as a team, Creighton Prep, you've only been able to muster up a single hit the entire game. And so when you want to talk about things becoming magnified, it's those wild pitches, it's the errors, and it's the lack of ability to get any offense going that's absolutely crushing and demoralizing for your team. Creighton Prep's making a pitching change. We'll tell you about the new arm in a moment. We'll be right back in 60 seconds right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, I'm Barb Bettine, President and CEO of the Lincoln YMCA. On behalf of the Y, I want to thank you for voting us Lincoln's Choice for Best Youth Sports Programs, Best Youth Activity Programs, and Best Preschool. These categories represent so much of what we do at the Y, and we're honored to serve thousands of families in our community each and every day. Hey, with summer just around the corner, I invite you to stop in to one of our 4 branches and learn how the Y can be a part of your family. The Y Outdoor Pools open May 27th, and we can't wait to see you.
The days of internet contracts and heavy fine print are over. It's time to experience hassle-free service with no contracts or hidden fees. That's the Allo promise. Allo Communications provides fiber internet, TV, and phone services with fair and no-nonsense pricing. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 local support 365 days a year, and a monthly bill you can count on. Don't settle for gimmicks. Settle for hassle-free with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/hassle-free.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
3-1 is the score. Millard West out in front of Creighton Prep. As we have not gotten word on who the new arm is on the mound for Creighton Prep. I believe it looks like it's going to be number 10, Michael Saul, a junior. Has not given up a run. And rather, Michael Saul. So the junior going to come in and try to limit any potential damage. This also becomes, for Creighton Prep, if you're unable to win this game, you wanted Schneckenberger to try and go as long as possible, because when you have to play tomorrow, or if you do end up falling in this game and you have to play tomorrow, you need all the potential arms possible. And then, hey, guess what? If you win tomorrow, you have to play on Wednesday. So it's just, you have a lot of things to keep in the back of your mind when you're trying to figure out arms and who's able to throw when and what days. So the situation is Sal comes in, inherits runners at the corners, nobody out. The first pitch is going to go through the catcher's legs. The runner will advance from first to second. So Derrimer is able to go on the wild pitch from first to second. However, the runner at third, Jurchek, is the guy at the plate. And he has a 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. And it's right across the heart of the plate for a strike, 1-1. So Michael Sal hasn't allowed a run, an earned run, I should say, all season long. Sal attempted the bunt, unable to get it down. It's going to be strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the 7-hole Dylan Swierczek. Sal, a tall, lengthy guy, comes set, delivers the 1-2. It's in the dirt. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dylan Swierczek in the game had a sacrifice back in the second inning and then struck out swinging in the third. So 0 for 1 at the plate today. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Swierczek versus the pitcher, Sal. Swings, ground ball to shortstop. They're going to go home with it. The tag, it will be popped out of the catcher's glove. The catcher is unfortunately hurt as the glove popped off his hand, and a second run will come all the way around to score. And I think what it looked like from here was that the cleat of Drew Derrimer, or rather it would have been Caden Dreesen, that his cleat may have went right into the wrist of the catcher and popped that glove off. And with that, 2 runs as the ball bounced, popped out of the glove and all the way back to the backstop. That allowed 2 runs to score. And on a simple ground ball to the shortstop, Dylan Swierczek is able to advance all the way to third. And so that'll just go as a single and then able to advance to third on the throw. Drew Derrimer on the air will score, and so will Caden Dreesen. And now Millard West has somewhat opened this baby up. They lead it 5-1, while the catcher for Creighton Prep, Michael Chase, is still getting his wrist tended to. Looks like he's going to be okay to stay in the game. But this has been a pretty intense game as Michael Chase just got his glove knocked off and potentially cleated. But then you also had, at the start of the game, Caleb Landfear get drilled
in the face by a pitch and unfortunately had to be substituted out for Caden Dreesen. But nonetheless, after that one, it will be a runner on third, and that is Dylan Swierczyk. I think the shortstop for Creighton Prep, Grant Summers, made the right call. He also made a really good throw, but I think the issue on that play was that Michael Chase, the catcher, went and tried to tag the runner rather than tagging the spot. And basically what that means is he went to the runner rather than letting the runner somewhat come to him. And because the runner's got to be at home plate at some point. He's got to, if he wants to score, which obviously he's got to be at home plate. And he lunged forward, did Michael Chase, the catcher. And I think that's how that ball popped out of his mitt. But here we are. Scores 5-1, Millard West with a 4.4-run lead. Sal on the mound. He's responsible for the runner at third. The pitch in the dirt, ball one. 1-1 to Nixon Snyder. Standing on third base is Dylan Swierczyk. The pitch. Popped up, foul behind home plate. Strike two on the foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strike the count. One ball, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. In the dirt, skipped around. The catcher luckily was able to stop it with his bare hand after it squirted through the 5-hole in between his glove. And so able to stop it with his bare hand and leave the runner, Swierczyk, at third base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Outside. And Michael Chase ended up giving a fist pump to Sal because he thought that he was going to get the strike 3 call on that pitch, but ended up being called a ball just outside, and that makes it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. The pitch up and tight, and ball 4 to Nixon Snyder. So now, if you're Coach Mooney for Creighton Prep, you're wondering, all right, is Sal going to be able to get the job done here in the top of the 6th inning? Millard West has a couple of arms warming up in the bullpen. Now we're going to have to call time as Michael Chase wants to talk things over with Michael Sal. This Creighton Prep team, the team of Michaels. You have Michael Wheelock, Michael Chase, Michael Sal, Michael Burt. You got the team full of Michaels on this team today. Creighton Prep trailing by 4. And when you look at Creighton Prep's opportunities, they've been given a lot of walks and a lot of free bases, but as the runner goes at first, they're not even going to give him the chance to steal or chance to throw him out, as the backside runner, who was Nixon Snyder, is going to be able to steal second base. It doesn't go as a stolen base just because there was not an attempted throw. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch in the dirt, ball 2. This is Brody Brow, who is up to the plate. Brow, he is 1 for 2. He singled back in the 2nd inning, and now Coach Mooney for Creighton Prep needs to talk things over. So while Coach Mooney talks things over, we'll go ahead and step aside as well. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627. If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
It's May, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride. Summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
New pitcher in the game for Creighton Prep. It's Joshua Carney, a sophomore with a 1-1 record and a 2.63 ERA. He comes in mid-count and has it 2-1, makes it 3-1 to number 4, Brody Brow. So Brow, once again, 1 for 2 on the day. He singled back in the second inning. He ended up had an RBI single, for that matter, back in the second inning. Here's the pitch on 3-1. It's going to be laced into left center field. This will score 2. Millard West will take a 7-1 lead. They throw it into second just to keep Brody Brow at first base, and Millard West has scored 4 runs here in the top of the 6th inning to break this one open. And now they lead 7-1 over Creighton Prep. So Brody Brow with a 2 RBI single. And on the play, Swierczek scores from third, and Snyder scores from second. So a nice job by Brody Brow adjusting to the new pitcher mid-at-bat and ended up lacing a 3-1 fastball that was on the inside corner into left center field. The throw down to second on the steal is in time, and Brow is thrown out trying to take second base. Nice throw by Michael Chase. And so that's a much-needed out number 2 on the caught stealing as Brow tried to swipe second base. So now it's the top of the order with Nick Van Tyker. Van Tyker, after the extremely successful day he had on Friday with a grand slam and a solo home run, he is 0 for 3 today. 2 flyouts and a ground out. And now here he is with a 2-0 count in the top of the 6th inning. The pitch on 2-0 catches the outside corner, 2-1. Van Tyker, just a junior. After the 2 home runs on Friday, has 4 now to his name this season. And it's going to be a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Van Tyker. And it's a foul ball as Van Tyker fought it off on the outside corner and it hit the inside thigh of Michael Chase, who's been beat up here in this inning. He may have gotten slid into on accident by a Millard West Wildcat base runner at home, and now takes a foul ball off the inner thigh. So 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning for Millard West. After Brow was caught stealing, now the pitch is going to be just upstairs, and Van Tyker draws a base on balls. So Van Tyker goes to first base here in the top of the 6th, brings up the number 2 hole hitter, Corey Kozad. Kozad ended up singling. He's 2 for 3, flew out to the shortstop in the 1st inning, but then singled in both the 3rd and the 5th inning. However, his courtesy runner, Landon Horst, got gunned down in between 2nd and 3rd on a pickoff. The pickoff over to first base, not in time, as Van Tyker is back. So the first pitch of the AB here to Corey Kozad. Ball in the dirt. Runner goes. Throw down to second is not in time. It gets kicked away into left field. No advance by the runner, Van Tyker. And so it's a stolen base for Nick Van Tyker as he strolls into second. 1 ball, no strikes. As it was a really good ball and dirt read by Van Tyker at first base. And now Corey Kozad stands in with that 1-0 count. Corey Kozad. Ball in the dirt. 2-0. Tyson Lewis, the Arkansas commit, stands on deck. He is 1 for 3 today. He singled back in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. The 2-0 pitch outside, ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes here as Coach Mooney for Creighton Prep called in on another arm. But unfortunately, Joshua Carney been struggling with his command here as he walks Corey Kozad on 4 pitches. That's 2 straight walks now for Joshua Carney, rather. So that brings up Tyson Lewis as Landon Horst will courtesy run once again for Corey Kozad. That brings up Tyson Lewis, the 3-hole, starting shortstop for Millard West here. Just a junior, leads the team in RBIs, leads the team in at-bats, and leads the team in batting average. Just 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Millard West has been able to put up a 4 spot here in the top of the 6th and extend their lead to 6. First pitch, foul tipped into the mitt of Michael Chase, 0-1. Joshua Carney, a sophomore, on the bump for Creighton Prep. Carney looks back the runner at second, delivers home, inside, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Carney looking back, Van Tyker at first. Now this one going to be hit out to the left side. Ranging over is the left fielder and is not going to be able to get there as that one goes foul. So it's a long strike for Tyson Lewis, and it will be 1 ball and 2 strikes coming up here momentarily. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
7-1, Millard West with a 6-run lead over Creighton Prep. Creighton Prep struggling to get out of this top of the 6th inning. The pitch, low and away, ball 2. The loser of this game will face Grand Island tomorrow from Tal Anderson Field at 4 p.m. We have a pitcher as Joshua Carney steps off the rubber to get Van Tyker to go back to second base. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 6th. Carney worried about Van Tyker, now sends it home. A ball hit well out to right field, and that one is going to drop in fair territory. Runners had to wait, and now guys are getting caught up. Runner will go home with it. The throw home is going to be not in time as the ball pops out of Michael Chase's glove once again. He did the same thing that he did earlier. The ball pops out. He tries to tag him with one hand, and it popped out of his glove again. And so Millard West is able to score 2 runs, and they now lead 9-1 on the play, an error by Michael Chase, the catcher. And going to third is Tyson Lewis. So that'll be a single. And then obviously same way we scored it earlier, advanced on the throws, did the hitter. And so on the play, Baker and Horst both score. Those 2 base runners had to wait to see and make sure that that ball was getting down. But Tyson Lewis was on his horse going around first base trying to make it to second, and a little bit of confusion as then runners went home and scored, but then they tried to tag him and ball popped out of the glove. He was as out could be, but then the ball popped out of his glove. And so now that brings up Peyton Moore. Moore is 1 for 3 today. He flew out to the wall in the first inning, but then I should say 0 for 2 rather, because he had a sacrifice fly in the 3rd inning. Has a 2-1 count now. And now we're getting into territory where if Millard West is able to tack on 2 more, Creighton Prep could be down to their final 3 outs. If Millard West is able to tack on 2 more runs and make it 11-1. As now Joshua Carney walks Peyton Moore. So Peyton Moore takes the base on balls. Runners at the corners now with 1 out. And the Millard West Wildcats have officially batted around here in the 6th inning. So now coming up to the plate, it's going to be a substitution in for Millard West at the designated hitter spot. It's going to be number 16, Brady Ferguson, a sophomore hitting .211 this season. In 19 at-bats, he has 4 hits and 7 RBIs. RBI opportunity as soon as he comes in with runners at the corners and 1 out. First pitch, the AB, outside corner to Ferguson. 0-1. So Brady Ferguson, a sophomore, gets the call to pinch hit. Joshua Carney on the mound. The 0-1 pitch. Runner goes. Ferguson swung and fouled that one off. So Peyton Moore at first base will have to jog on back, and Brady Ferguson will be dealt an 0-2 count on this next pitch to Joshua Carney. Carney comes set. Looks back at third, looks back home, now delivers. It's high. The ball gets past the catcher. The runner at third will not go home because it didn't get far enough away. However, Peyton Moore goes from first to second
on the wild pitch. Or I should say that would be considered a passed ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and now things are getting real interesting if Peyton Moore at second base can score. As now that's a ball upstairs, 2-2. I would also say that I have a weird suspicion that Millard West is able to see the signs that Creighton Prep is signaling. As there's going to be strike 3 on Brady Ferguson. So he strikes out swinging. And that is out number 2 of the inning, because one thing I will say is if Creighton Prep's not mixing up the signals, Peyton Moore, who's out at second base, can be signaling to the batter. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike to the future Iowa Hawkeye, Drew Derrimer. So 0-1 the count. Joshua Carney delivers this hit to shortstop Summers across the diamond in time for out number 3. So Derrimer grounds out 6-3 for out number 3 here in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Millard West puts up a 6th spot in the top half of the 6th inning. We'll head to the bottom. Millard West leads 9-1 over Creighton Prep here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Nick Sander back with you from Warner Park as Millard West has opened this thing up. They lead 9-1 as we enter the bottom of the 6th inning. Ben Sturbins is back out there for Millard West on the mound, and he will face 5, 6, and 7 in the Creighton Prep lineup. Mitchell Collins, Grant Wagner, and Michael Burt. Once again, 5, 6, 7 due up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We have a nightcap here it's scheduled to start in 45 minutes. I'm not sure that it necessarily will, but it's between Lincoln East and Elkhorn South. Remember, Elkhorn South threw the combined no-hitter against Papillion La Vista South on Friday. Now, Elkhorn South obviously facing a little more tougher competition tonight in the form of 2-seed Lincoln East, but the same thought applies, is that if they're able to halt Lincoln East's offensive attack at least a little bit tonight, you would hope that potentially Elkhorn South has a chance to knock off the number 2 seed. That's a matchup of number 3 seed versus number 2 seed, by the way. That one's scheduled to start at 7 p.m., but by the time that this one concludes, they need at least 30, 35 minutes to re-rake the field, allow teams to take their in and out practice before the games, and allow them just to get properly warmed up, especially since Lincoln, Nebraska, or I guess Omaha decided to be cold tonight. And so now we're going to have a little bit of jawing going back and forth, and I believe Mitchell Collins may have just been kicked out of the game.
He was arguing balls and strikes. He got rung up on a strike 3 call. And the entire way back to the dugout, he was saying something to home plate umpire Chris Simon. And the umpire decided to call time and pointed Mitchell Collins' way. He never made the motion that he was disqualified, but most of the time when you're going to jaw back and forth with an umpire, especially regarding balls and strikes, it's never going to bode well. Brings up Grant Wagner here in the bottom of the 6th inning with Prep down 9-1. Here's the pitch, and it's 3-0 to Grant Wagner, the designated hitter. So Ben Sturbins took over in relief for Jackson Williams, who went 3 1/3, and Sturbins able to throw a competitive pitch, make it 3-1. But Sturbins now has been able to take over for Williams when he took over for him with 1 out in the 4th inning. And now he puts the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now this one hit well into left center field. The center fielder tracking it down, got a great jump on it. That one looked to be in the gap off the bat. However, Brody Brow out in center field had different plans, and that is out number 2 on a fly out to the center fielder. So now that brings up Michael Burt, the 7-hole hitter. The lefty hitter versus the righty pitcher. Burt is 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to the shortstop back in the 2nd inning, but then walked in the 4th. He takes a strike on 1-0 right down the heart of the plate, 1-1. Here's the pitch from Sturbins on 1-1, and it's low, 2-1. Seems like the rain has somewhat subsided. The flags are still blowing here at Warner and right center as this one's going to be hit out to left field. Fairly routine. Comes in a couple steps and catches it for the final out of the 6th inning. We go to the final inning of play. Millard West out in front by 8, 9-1 over Creighton Prep here in the Class A state tournament on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, I'm Barb Bettine, President and CEO of the Lincoln YMCA. On behalf of the Y, I want to thank you for voting us Lincoln's Choice for Best Youth Sports Programs, Best Youth Activity Programs, and Best Preschool. These categories represent so much of what we do at the Y, and we're honored to serve thousands of families in our community each and every day. Hey, with summer just around the corner, I invite you to stop in to one of our 4 branches and learn how the Y can be a part of your family. The Y Outdoor Pools open May 27th, and we can't wait to see you.
Spring is here and it's time to get those seeds in the ground. There's no time for delays if your equipment needs a new part. That's why Acres stocks thousands of premium John Deere parts for all your ag machines, planters, sprayers, and tractors. Acres has what you need now. And with a team of John Deere certified technicians, Acres will diagnose and repair your equipment quickly. Visit acres.com to find your closest location. Our team of parts and service professionals are dedicated to keeping you operating at full capacity. Acres, solutions for every field.
It's time to head to the top of the 7th inning. The score 9-1, Millard West out in front by 8 runs. And Millard West has scored their 9 runs on just 7 hits, while the Creighton Prep Junior Jays have 1 run on 1 hit, and they've committed 3 errors as well. Due up for the Wildcats here in the top of the 7th inning, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. But I would assume that there's going to be a couple substitutions made. Starting here with the first one, with number 14, Caden Struck. He's checked in for Dylan Swierczyk. First pitch,
hit well to right field, but it's going to be grabbed by the right fielder. And one pitch, one out for Creighton Prep as Caden Struck hit that well. Now, next up, it'll be number 18, Nixon Snyder. Nixon walked in his last appearance back in the 6th inning and came around to score. Millard West, that was the inning. Last on the 6th inning as Snyder pops it up that they put up a 6th spot in the top of the 6th. Nixon Snyder hits the first pitch of his at-bat and pops it out to the first baseman in foul territory for out number 2. So there's a chance here that if number 4, Brody Brow, decides to take a hack, that Joshua Carney might have a 3-pitch inning. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's a called strike, did not swing, and that's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here for Brody Brow. As he swings, he fouls it off to the left side, 0-2. So Brow in this game is 2 for 3, 2 singles. He's played well. Altogether, he's 4 for 5 here at the state tournament with 4 singles. And he strikes out on the 0-2 pitch, and that will do it for the top of the 7th inning. So we go to the bottom of the 7th with your score, Millard West 9 and Creighton Prep 1. It's the final opportunity for the Junior Jays in the bottom half, and we'll tell you all about it coming up next here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Some kids worry about making the sports team. Others worry about where they'll sleep tonight. In Lincoln, 300 kids are in need of a safe and loving home. Cedars is here for them, but we do need your help. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
Hi, I'm Barb Bettine, President and CEO of the Lincoln YMCA. On behalf of the Y, I want to thank you for voting us Lincoln's Choice for Best Youth Sports Programs, Best Youth Activity Programs, and Best Preschool. These categories represent so much of what we do at the Y, and we're honored to serve thousands of families in our community each and every day. Hey, with summer just around the corner, I invite you to stop in to one of our 4 branches and learn how the Y can be a part of your family. The Y Outdoor Pools open May 27th, and we can't wait to see you.
Back here, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainer coming at you from Warner Park. It's the bottom of the 7th inning, and Creighton Prep's going to make a quick substitution at the plate, which I'm sure we'll see a lot of coming up. It's going to be Ryan Hannigan coming in off the bench, and he sees 3 straight balls from a new pitcher as well for Millard West, and he takes ball 4 now as I want to make sure I get this number correctly. Nick Ventiker is in the game. So Nick Ventiker has now switched positions from third base and is now pitching on the mound, trying to close this one out. But Ryan Hannigan takes first base as Ventiker, the Creighton commit, walks him on 4 pitches. Next up, I believe a pinch hitter, so I don't want to say the wrong name here. Looks like it's number 7, Paul Ryberg, the lefty, as he takes 2 straight balls, 2-0. So Paul Ryberg, a junior, hitting .229 this season, and he finally takes a strike in there, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike for Ryberg here. The lefty hitter versus the righty pitcher. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 9-1 the score. Millard West out in front of Creighton Prep. Here's the pitch from Ventiker. Skied a mile high, and the shortstop, Tyson Lewis, settles under it and hauls it in for out number 1. So F6 on the putout. That's good for the first out of the inning. Ryan Hannigan will have to retreat to first base and that'll bring up the pinch hitter, Jacob Petro. Petro, a junior, .219 this season, 9 runs batted in, only 32 ABs as well. So Petro comes in for Bartholomew in the leadoff spot, technically. So here is Petro. He watches strike 1 down the heart of the plate, 0-1. Ventiker working quickly on the bump. The 0-1 pitch upstairs, 1-1 rather. Once again, our nightcap will be Lincoln East and Elkhorn South, as the 1-1 pitch is low and inside for a ball, 2-1. Winner of this game between Millard West and Creighton Prep gets a day off. They don't have to play till Wednesday. The loser faces Grand Island tomorrow at 4 p.m. at Tal Anderson Field. We'll have the call of that game for you. So no morning or early afternoon games, as Ventiker has the count at 3-1, and he gets it in the zone for a strike, 3 balls, 2 strikes. But so no early games tomorrow. We'll have normal programming for you on the ticket. As here's a grounder out to the second baseman. They try to turn 2 with it for second for 1, and not in time at first for the second out of the inning. So 2 down, and now for Creighton Prep, it doesn't look like there's a number 36 on their roster. So I apologize. Let me see if we can figure this out here. Unfortunately, unable to figure it out. So number 36 will be the pinch hitter for Creighton Prep. Roster doesn't feature a 36. First pitch right down Broadway, strike 1. He's pinch hitting for Grant Summers, though. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's fouled off to the left, 0-2. So now Creighton Prep down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Runner at first is Jacob Petro, who grounded into a fielder's choice. Ventiker, 0-2 pitch. Here we go. Strike 3. They won't complete the throw to first base, but now Millard West is in the driver's seat for the Class A state tournament, as they will have tomorrow off and won't have to play until Wednesday afternoon at Tal Anderson Field. So once again, your final score in this one, Millard West 9, the Junior Jays of Creighton Prep 1. The Wildcats score their 9 runs on just 7 hits thanks to 3 errors committed by Creighton Prep. Creighton Prep now faces Grand Island tomorrow afternoon in an elimination game at 4 p.m. from Tal Anderson Field. Don't go anywhere. I'll send it back to the studio for Harrison Arns to take over for a short time. And then when we have when it's time to bring it back to Warner Park, we'll bring it back here just a couple miles northeast of Lincoln for the nightcap and game 4 of 4 today between Lincoln East and Elkhorn South coming your way on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
The Ticket Water Cooler.
The Chris Kleiman contract, obviously